right, today we are talking about Duelist Nexus Presales, answering the question, should you buy Duelist Nexus Presales? And if you should, what cards should you be targeting? And what card should you be avoiding? That's what we're going to answer in today's video. Before I jump into that, if you're not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel. We would love for you to be a part of this growing community. And also, hit that thumbs up like button. It helps us out tremendously. Now, before I jump into pre-sales, I want to be 100% upfront with you all. My name is Todd from Co2 Cards, and we sell pre-sales on eBay. So we are pre-sellers on eBay. And so, but the thing that I want you to know is that just because we sell pre-sales on eBay does not mean that I'm going to sit here and tell you that you should be buying these cards. Part of the reason that we started this channel was that we really do care about the Yu-Gi-Oh community, and we really do want to find ways to help Yu-Gi-Oh players buy cards smarter. And so sometimes buying cards smarter might be buying the pre-sales, and sometimes buying cards smarter is avoiding the pre-sales. So let's break down the pre-sales of Duelist Nexus. You've got a new set coming out, and pre-sales are already up everywhere. Well, here's what we know about pre-sales. About 90% of the cards that are listed on pre-sales, the day the set is released, will fall out tremendously. That those cards are going to be cheaper on Friday, the day the set is released. A lot of them way cheaper than they were Thursday before the set was released. Oftentimes, pre-sales are a lot more money. I would estimate somewhere between 85 to 90%. That's significant. Another like 8 to 10% of those cards are going to kind of stay the same. They were fairly priced. And so what you're looking at is really somewhere between 1 to 3% of those cards are actually going to go up in price. That's pretty daunting odds. So if you're buying pre-sales, essentially you're either saying, I don't care, I want the cards as quickly as possible, which is fair, or you're saying, I've identified the 1 to 2 cards that are going to go up in this set, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to buy them early. Look, pre-sales is a dirty, vicious, nasty game, and a lot of people lose in pre-sales. Some people win, a lot of people lose. I have lost a lot in pre-sales. I have won a lot in pre-sales. It's just how they work. It is essentially gambling. You are saying, I know what card's going to go up, and you're gambling on that card. And gambling is a dirty, nasty game. If you don't have the heart for it, don't do it. But if you do, it can be a lot of fun, and it can be really rewarding. So we're going to break down the Duelist Nexus pre-sales, and to do that, I am going to bring you over to Gamer's Choice because they have everything nice and neatly organized. But you can buy pre-sales on TCG, eBay, Gamer's Choice, Tier 0, all over the place. TCG Player does not have their pre-sales up. But what I will say about TCG Player is do not buy your pre-sales on TCG Player. And I know a lot of people get mad every time I bring this up. Just don't do it. There's no competition over there. You have to be pretty much a brick and mortar store to be able to sell pre-sales on TCG Player. And because of that, there's no competition and they keep the prices really, really high. Do not buy your pre-sales on TCG Player. You can buy them on eBay, you can buy them on Gamer's Choice, and you can buy them on Tier 0. I think those are all fine places to buy pre-sales for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Now, when you start talking about pre-sales, you're looking at specific cards that you want to buy. There are some cards that are good cards to buy and some cards that are bad cards to buy on pre-sales. So I'm going to bring you over to Gamer's Choice, and we're just going to look at some of them, and I'm going to share the bad with you first and then the cards that you probably should be targeting. So let me bring that up. All right, so we're over here in the secret rare department. There's a couple cards right off the bat that you should not be buying on pre-sales. This Dinosaur XEs for $13. You're going to be able to pick this card up for less than $5. You are. Once this set is released, you're going to be able to buy this card for less than $5. Do not buy this card on pre-sales. Going down here, I'm just going to bring out the obvious cards. Nightmare Magician, you're going to be able to pick this card up for $2. Do not buy that card on pre-sales. Going down a little bit further, I think those are the main obvious secret rares, but there's some other less obvious cards to talk about. One card that I don't think that you should be buying on pre-sales is Revolution Synchron. And I know this is a card that everybody wants and everybody's chasing after, but this card on pre-sales is $65. Is it a $65 card? When you're buying pre-sales, essentially what you're doing is you're trying to minimize risk and maximize reward. And if you're buying Revolution Synchron, what you're really doing is you're maximizing your risk and minimizing your reward. Because this card is already $65. How high do you think the card can go? At most, I think this is a $75 card. At most. This card can go up to $75. That's a $10 difference. But how low can it go? I think the card could feasibly go down to $40. That's a $25 difference. So I would not be buying this card. I would be waiting. I think this card is realistically somewhere between $40 and $50, and I think that it will fall once the set is released and it will hit that mark. Look, it's still a lot of money for the card. I'm not saying the card isn't a great card. I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm saying don't buy it on pre-sales. Wait. And even if I'm wrong, the wrong is minimal. It's going to go up to what, $70? But it could go down significantly, and I think that it will. Another card that I don't think that you should be buying on pre-sales is down here at the bottom, Dark Corridor. I know that Dark World players have been longing for this card for quite a while, but it is I'm pretty sure it's a hard once per turn. You're only probably going to want to run 2 of it, not 3 of it. I know some people want to run 3 of it, but if you're only running 2 of it, I think the card is probably going to go down to about $15, $12. I would wait on this card. Again, the only people chasing this card are Dark World players, so there's not a huge demand for it. And if you only need 2 rather than 3, that's also going to drop the demand. I would wait on that card. You go over to the Ultras. Couple cards I want to bring up in the Ultras that I would be waiting on are the Pearly. I know it's a great card for Pearly. I know it's going to change the deck and do amazing things, but $20, I would wait. I think the card can go down to 12 to 15. I really don't think that the card's gonna skyrocket in price. The only people chasing this are Pearly players. I would wait on that card. Another card that I would be waiting on is Emperor Charles. I think this is an $8 card rather than a $13 card. I would be waiting on that card as well. There's some other cards or some other things that I think that you should be waiting on, and that is in the realm of deck cores. I would not be buying some of these costly deck cores on pre-sales, particularly the Infernoble Knights for $90. You're going to be able to pick this up for $50. Do not buy this for $90. I would wait. Another one is the Tristina deck core. You're going to be able to pick this up for $30. I would wait. Trust me, I've been selling deck cores for quite a while. Once the set is released, these fall out tremendously, and you will be spending half of what you're spending right now. The Synchron deck core, you know, it is what it is. It's expensive. I personally would not be buying it. I understand if you want to just grab everything, get it all wrapped up, but $219 is a lot. I think you should be able to pick this up for around $180. That's what I would be comfortable doing. The Visas deck core as well. I would not be spending $60 on this deck core. You don't even need most of these cards. So I would not be doing that as well. I do think the Unchained for $20 is a pretty great deal, and I would be going in on that. I'm sold out on that, if that gives you any indication. I sold mine for $20 a piece, and I'm completely sold out. The last thing that I want to talk about that you should not be buying is the quarter century rares. If you're buying these on pre-sales, I think you're nuts. These cards are going to fall out. I would let them fall out. I would not be spending this. But people are not listening. They've gone in. These are all sold out. You know, not all of them, but a lot of them are sold out. I particularly put the Hida Earth Channeler on the thumbnail because this is one I would definitely not be paying $80 for it. Look, I have the Asa Earth Channeler Starlight. And it's less than $80 on my shelf back there. This is not an $80 card. I would not be buying these on pre-sales. Let them fall out. They will. They will fall out. You'll be able to grab a lot of these for a lot less than what you're paying on pre-sales. Just wait. Now, I do understand if you don't care. If you don't care about how much you spend and you just want it, I understand that mindset. But if you do, these are cards that I would certainly be waiting on. You can get a much better deal. So if you should not be buying these, what should you be buying? What cards should you be buying on pre-sale? Well, again, at the beginning of the video, I told you there's like 1 to 2 cards that you should be targeting. That's it. So I'm going to go over maybe 3 to 4 that I think are reasonable that you could say, yeah, I think that he's right on that, and you could target these cards. And we're going to start in the secret rare department, and we're really going to stay in the secret rare department. I think there's 4 cards that are reasonably priced, and depending on your reason and logic, you could say, okay, yeah, I'm going to go in and buy that. The first card, and the card that I think you should definitely be buying on pre-sales is Crimson Dragon. This is $20. $20. Let that sink in. Again, we're talking about minimizing risk and maximizing reward. Well, if you're minimizing risk and maximizing reward on Crimson Dragon, how low do you think Crimson Dragon can feasibly go? I think the low of this card is $15. But the next question is, how high can it go? I think the card could go all the way up to $50. So if I want to minimize risk and maximize reward, Crimson Dragon is a no-brainer. In fact, on eBay, I sell mine for $30. I haven't sold a single one of them. And the reason I've kept them at $30 is because I refuse to let them go at $20 because I think the card is going to go up. So I've moved my chips in on this card. I think this is a great buy on pre-sales. I would be scooping this card up. The next card I want to talk about is the Visas Synchro right here. $20. I think it's a fair price for the card. I think the card could go down to 12 at the most. I think it could go up to 30, maybe 35. I think this is a card that is fairly priced. If you want to buy it, I would be going in and grabbing that card as well. The last 2 that I want to talk about are these 2 spells right here. And the reason that I want to talk about them is just because they're really, really cheap. This one, this is the Draw 2. I don't even try to pronounce the name, but it's $10. If you want to buy this on pre-sales, you got a hunch on this card. You know Yu-Gi-Oh players love draw cards. All right, fair. It might be worth the $10 to go in, grab a playset, maybe grab two to flip one as well. The last one is the Sinful Spoils of Submission. I love this card. I absolutely love this card. It's my favorite card in the set besides Crimson Dragon. And for $15, you can take somebody's card and put it somewhere that they can't do anything with. I love it. I think it's a great card. I think this card has a chance to see play in the meta. So for $15, I would be fine with you rolling in on this card as well. Those are the 4 cards, the only cards in this set that I think you should be buying on pre-sale, and I am a pre-seller. So that's my advice to you on Duelist Nexus pre-sales. We're going to be rolling out videos for the next 2 weeks on Duelist Nexus. We're going to be doing case openings. Again, subscribe to the channel. We would love for you to be a part of the community. My name is Todd from Kotu Cards, and I am out of here.